I got a short video about the Reolink Argus 3 Pro. Based on my experience, still one of the best surveillance cameras, especially regarding their time-lapse function. There are not many surveillance cameras which have a time-lapse function. I think Vice cameras have also something, but it's not comparable to the Reolink. So I still do a lot of time-lapse here on Reolink, but we have two big problems here with the Reolink camera, unfortunately, and it's hard to find some information about that, so I wanted to help you a little bit with that if you are in the same situation and have one of these problems. I mean, in general, really good quality. Can even make this a little bit larger. You can see really nice, even though this camera is pointing towards the sun since many years, at least for a couple of hours every day. And so I would say the colors are still pretty accurate, maybe not perfect, but still really good. So what are the two big problems here? The first thing is that sometimes in a sudden there are no time lapses recorded anymore. You can start it, but at the very end there's nothing recorded. And the second thing is that in a sudden it can have very bad quality. So what to do? We have to go to the details, to the settings, then we go down to this time lapse. So for example, here we get an overview of all the recorded videos, and so we can see what has happened. There are no older videos than from August 30th, and the reason is that I had to format the microSD card here inside so it would start to record time lapses again. That's why there are no older videos here on this microSD card. And by the way, to format the microSD card is not so easy, so we have to click on the top. Here we get all the technical information about this camera, so we can click on storage, and here we can click on format microSD card. Of course, I'm not doing that because it's already done and it works perfectly again. And the second problem, which also can happen, it's pretty rare, but it has happened now 2 times for me in all these years, maybe 4 or 5 years, that the quality of the image turns really bad. You can see a sample here, this time lapse, and so I start this video and you can see how bad the quality really is. Most of the frames are way too high. There are some frames which are totally accurate, and the sensor, camera sensor, is definitely not broken because the camera quality is good again, but most of the video is really bad, actually totally useless, almost nothing to see. I was thinking, okay, that was too long pointing the sensor into the sun, and so it has like discolored or washed out or like faded out, and I have to buy a new one. No, you don't have to buy a new one if you're in the same situation. The only thing which you have to do is go to the normal settings and then go down and click on delete this camera. Are you sure that you want to delete the device? Yes, delete, and usually it will also then reset automatically this camera. By the way, this is also something which works for almost all the surveillance cameras. When you click on delete in the app, it will also reset the camera. If it doesn't work, then you have to go to the camera outside, then you open the flap underneath and there's a pinhole, and so you can use a paper clip or a SIM card ejection tool from your smartphone. Then you can push inside, wait for the confirmation that it's ready to connect again, and then of course you have to go back to the main screen of the Reolink app and then click on plus and add the device. There's a QR code in the back of the camera. Sometimes it's a little bit difficult to access it, especially when you have it on permanent power or connected to a solar panel, but you can also click here on LAN. Then it will use the automatic detection. Usually has been working for me as well. So these are the two problems and the corresponding solutions which can prevent from having to buy a new camera, because it's actually really good quality. I've also checked everything outside and it looks everything almost like on day one. It's absolutely amazing. I would say best build quality of any surveillance camera I've been using till now. I just wished the time-lapse would have a little bit more function, like long exposure or so, but this is also something where Weiss camera users are complaining or asking for this solution, but I guess this would drain or could drain the battery too fast, so the developers are not implementing that. Yeah, anyway, that's it for now. I hope I've been able to help you a little bit with this video. If you have any questions or comments or want to share your own experience, especially if you have found some other problems or workarounds for this awesome camera, then just let us know down in the feedback area. I'm always happy to talk about these things. And if you like the video, give me a thumbs up, subscribe my channel. Thanks for watching. See you next time.